Purple gold, brighter than lampposts. Knicks cave rivals roast like prime toast. Brunson with the handles breaking Fort Knights. Dagger shots serenade the New York Knights. Carl Anthony towering beast and down low. Pain control, smash through the snow.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop. Hit that notification bell, y'all. Now let's get into this video. I know y'all don't want to see this 125 to 108, but you got to go. I just want to go back to the game for one microsecond. Just a microsecond because y'all seen the thumbnail. He gotta go, man. I don't care what nobody said. F that goddamn Eastern Conference final because we supposed to be playing tonight. If we had a coach, we wouldn't even have to be worried about it. We would have ended the series in 5 games, in 6, as I predicted. If he was a coach that everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody because I know he have his haters just as much as I hate. I'm not gonna say I hate Tibbs, but he's not the coach to a champion. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all gonna say we got the conference ship. They got us around. Come on, man. Mediocre. I'll get to Tibbs in a minute, man. But like I said, I know y'all don't want to hear about this game. We got to look at this game for a second. Just for a second. We gotta look back for it. We gotta look back. And I really didn't want to look back. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for putting up the show and taking it down. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was emotional yesterday, y'all. I was emotional. I'm glad I had that one day before I went back to work. I was really emotional after that loss. I'm gonna be real with you. 100%. What up, y'all? Salute, salute. What's good? What's good, Buzzer? Let me tell you right now. Before I get into the show, I was really emotional. I couldn't do the show yesterday. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I'd have been cursing. I'd have been cursing the whole show. I was that upset. Y'all seen the thumbnail. I'm gonna get into it. 5 reasons why he should be fired. I don't care what nobody say, but we gotta go over the game because this is part of the reason. This is part of the reason. You see that we made 9 threes. 9 threes out of 32 threes. It was kind of reminiscent of watching. I don't know if y'all old enough. If some of y'all watched that Knicks Houston series with John Starks taking all them shots and Pat Riley not knowing when to take them out. I'm not saying that we had it. I'm not gonna say we take Brunson out, but a man should have been left in here for like Shamit. Shamit was our best 3-point shooter in the game. He should have been on the court longer than 15 minutes. But I'm gonna get back to that in a second. I just wanted to point that out real quick. Talk about that game real quick because he's coming back next year, man. He's coming back. He's coming back. You know what I'm saying? He's coming back. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say since he got here, the Knicks have made the playoffs. Understandable. I like it. I'm not gonna argue with it, but I want more than getting, knocked out the second round. So a lot of y'all gonna say, yo, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Is that it? With the roster that we had, we couldn't beat the Indiana Pacers. Come on, man. This coach. All right. Before I just get crazy, I gotta give y'all my 5 reasons why this coach got to go. First reason is the overuses of the players, the starters. And I know a lot of people are talking about it got us where we got us, but I know the reputation that you have with the heavy minutes. All season I've been concerned with. I've been talking about it. Fatigue, injuries. We watched Brunson go out. And the players, no, I ain't gonna say players, because you seen Mikal Bridges have his little say. You seen Josh Hart. It was the same thing with Anunoby. Leaving the guys on the court throughout the season. Okay. I thought he would come up with a different game plan against Indiana. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Boston, Detroit, inexperienced team. Everybody knew the Knicks was going to beat them. Everybody knew the Knicks was going to knock the Detroit Pistons off. Everybody was anticipating that Boston New York Knicks series. But what they was anticipating was the New York Knicks was about to lose that series. Nobody expect us to be where we was at. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, that's an accomplishment in itself. But I don't care if we beat the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, that series is mediocre. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't really consider. I know they the NBA championships of last year. I know, but think about who Boston was before they won the championship. And you got Paul Pierce coming out talking, throwing shots. You know what I'm saying? Throwing shots. Before, okay, Boston was a super team. I'm not getting off subject, but I'm gonna before I get too far, my second reason, I'm gonna take a little glee that I know Boston is gonna be crap next year. You know what I'm saying? Boston is gonna be crap. And for Paul Pierce to come out and talk trash, I can remember all the years that Paul Pierce, before Garnett got on that team, they was trash. He was putting up his numbers, but Boston was trash. And I could take a little glee in that, knowing that Boston is about to be trash next season. That's my only. I'm happy we went to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm disappointed that we're not playing tonight in Game 7. I thought I figured we would be in Game 7 tonight, and then if we'd have made Game 7, I probably wouldn't be so hard. I wouldn't be calling for the head of time Thibodeau, but I'm calling for the head of time Thibodeau. The overusage of the starters, I don't care what Brunson said, it took its toll in the playoffs. All right. Number 2, the lack of offensive creativity. We know Tibbs supposed to be this renowned defensive specialist, but I've been arguing and talking about his defensive scheme all year long. And we lucky. I'm gonna be real. We lucky to made it this far. The way he played the defensive scheme, the way teams. Come on, opening night, 29 threes, Boston. I know I'm talking about they're going to be bad, but just think about how many times we watched throughout the season teams just killing us from the three. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real with you. I imagine us in the NBA Finals. Did I think we was going to win it? If it would have came out my prediction, I had predicted the Timberwolves and New York Knicks to meet in the NBA Finals. Yes, I had the New York Knicks winning that championship. If it would have been the Timberwolves. But once, come on, I know I was overlooking OKC. I know I had to be crazy. Somebody to say what you been thinking or drinking or smoking. But once OKC got in, I was like, okay, I will be happy if we got into the NBA Finals. We were supposed to be Indiana Pacers. I don't care what nobody said. I don't care. A coach with a more dynamic offensive approach would have led this team to the NBA Finals. And who knows, we could have probably won the NBA championship. Number 3, the struggle to adjust in games, not just the playoff, but in games, period. And I know I have been criticizing him for him to be reluctant to make in-game adjustments. Like I said, particularly in the Indiana series, his lineup decision, the lack of tactical flexibility. Come on, man. We know that was a contributing factor to the Knicks being eliminated from these playoffs. I don't care what y'all say, because I know you have a lot of supporters. I don't care about his supporters, but we need a coach who can adapt to more effectively in playoff situations. Matter of fact, not only playoff situations, but in late game situations. I know a coach like that would be much better suited for the New York Knicks to win a championship. I'm saying that Brunson can't do it, but Brunson need help, and I'm gonna get to Towns in a minute because that's one of the reasons. Like I said, y'all seen the thumbnail. What is our options? What will the New York Knicks do? You know what I'm saying? Number 4, my 4th reason for getting rid of this coach is developing young talent. Just imagine have he been playing our young rookies. Like y'all been arguing. A lot of people be criticizing Leon Rose about the 5 picks that he gave away for the Mikal Bridges. But let's be realistic. It don't matter who, unless we got the number 1 pick in the draft, or maybe number from 1 to 5, maybe 1. I ain't even gonna say 10. I'm saying 1 to 5. Would Tibbs play that player? We know he favors playing his veterans over younger prospects. I've been concerned about the way he developed young Nick talent since McBride. McBride was in the G League scoring 30 points. And the man didn't see any time until players got hurt. And until we got rid of players and he made moves. Like everybody talk about when we won game 3 in Indiana. That was out of pure desperation. He's seen the guys that came in and that got it going. And if you looked at it statistically, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, once again, I'm not down on Brunson, but our bench, which everybody complained about that the Knicks don't have a bench, they won that game for us. They put us in position in game 3 and game 5. Oh, the 2 games we won, they put us in position to win them games. And a real coach that wasn't so stagnant, so stubborn, would have devised a scheme after them wins. He would have changed everything. He would have made adjustments. My fifth and my final reason is the ceiling of this team under his leadership. And let's be real. You can argue about the progress under Tibbs. Y'all see the graphics. He may not be the coach to take them to the next level. That's all I'm gonna say. While he has helped this team become competitive, his coaching style, as I said many times, is limited. The ability to become a true championship contender, it takes a coach that can come with a fresh prospect that can lead this team. The Knicks need a breakthrough and to reach that ultimate goal. And Tibbs, he's not that guy, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I mean, he brought stability. He brought some success. I know a lot of y'all is like, why am I hating on this guy? He brought that to the Knicks. But these concerns that I'm talking about had led to some questions that whether he's the right coach to lead this team moving forward. Y'all got to think about it. Should the Knicks make a change or not? Does Tibbs deserve another shot? Whatever I say or not, we already know that he will be back. He will be back. I'm sorry I ain't have answered some of these comments. All right, Buzzer, what you say? Cat, post up. I'm gonna get to Cat in a minute right now because not only have I got 5 reasons why we should get rid of Tibbs, I got 5 reasons why we might trade. Matter of fact, I got 5 trading partners. I know nothing probably happened with that salary and everything, but I got 5 partners that we might be able to trade. What's up, Nose? He choked game 1. All right, let me move to Tibbs to Cat real quick because I ain't seen from the early in the season that chemistry that we've seen that I'm gonna say we thought we seen between Brunson and Cat. It wasn't there in the playoffs, at least not in this Indiana series. If you look at the amount of assists that Brunson have that go towards Cat, one would say that they don't have no type of chemistry. One would say that they don't get along as that they're not that dual. I would say that we would have been better off with Randall besides with Brunson right now. Listening party, what's up? I think this is the first time I seen you in here. If not, I apologize. What's up? What you say down there? Big ball hog. Who's the ball hog? Is it Brunson or is it Cat? Because we were saying that about Julius Randle, and I just think that is Tom Thibodeau's offense. You know what I'm saying? ISO, ISO, ISO. Dish it out. You know what I'm saying? You look at that. I don't want to really talk about the series because, like I said earlier in the video, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Breakfast was nasty this morning from Sunday to today, and I'm kind of glad I had that day off. I'm glad we wasn't playing Sunday, and I went to work Monday because soon as I got to work, all I kept hearing about, what happened to your Knicks? I mean, y'all know how it go. I'm pretty sure some of y'all felt it today when y'all went to work or whoever y'all went around who are not Knicks fans. If y'all want them atmosphere that is just pure Knicks haters, that people take some type of glee, some type of joy in seeing the Knicks losing, and they live in New York and from New York, I could never understand how people root against this team and live in this state. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Brunson's a point guard that doesn't, let me make this screen a little bigger so I can read these comments, that doesn't look to get others going. And that is true. But at the same time, Cat better than JB? Really? But at the same time, it all comes down to the coach. It all comes down to the coach. Because think about Shaquille and Kobe, how they couldn't get it going. And one would say, but then we got to give them time because it was out their first year before Pat Riley did his magic. Phil Jackson, excuse me. But just think about how they played. Old boy G, be honest. Dog fight with Detroit, missing 2 key players. Historic comebacks against Boston, exposed by Indiana and a lesser team. One could say that Detroit was a better team than Indiana Pacers, but Indiana Pacers had that type of offense. Listening party. It's the coach. That's why I'm not tripping on Towns. Exactly. Exactly. I feel the same way, but I know you heard the talk already because Towns is the escape. He's the scapegoat. He's the GOAT. And I ain't talking about the grades of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT right now for this team. Nobody pointing fingers. Well, there are some fingers being pointed because what's my man? A coach. He's to coach the Spurs when he coached the Spurs. He played for the Spurs. What's this guy's name? Damn, what's his name? Little short guy. I can't think of his name. He was on ESPN and he was talking about, he would call Tibbs out. You know what I'm saying? He talked about how Tibbs run his offense, how he run his team, how he play his bench. Everybody says it. They trying to scapegoat Cat. Exactly. Cat is going to be the scapegoat. And with that being said, because if he's the scapegoat, they're going to try to move him because that nucleus of Leon Rose, Jalen Brunson, Thibodeau, and his pops, Rick Brunson, even excuse me, Bridges, Hart. You know, this team is built around Jalen Brunson. So the most obvious choice is to be getting rid of Karl Anthony Towns. We look at who's under contract for when, even though Karl Anthony Towns 28, 27, 28 under contract. I think they're going to try to move him. And this is when I come up with these 5 teams that might be interested and it might make the Knicks better. You know what I'm saying? My 5 teams of a trade possibility of partners with the Knicks. If the Knicks decide to make the move, excuse me, we'll start off with Orlando Magic. They can probably get the Knicks will receive Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter, some future draft picks. That would probably shut some of the people up about the Bridges trade, while Magic receive Karl Anthony Towns. The Magic need shooting, and Towns is one of the best 3-point big men, and they put him next to Pablo. You know, his offensive skill set could complement him. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget Franz Wagner. My number 2 team would be Phoenix, a swap for Kevin Durant, right out because they're making about the same amount of money. A lot of people been talking about it, but that's not a choice I really want to make. But I'm just saying these are options. Towns have a strong friendship with Devin Booker, and his sons might look to move from Kevin Durant. So this trade will give the Knicks a proven superstar. I know an aging guy, but it will be a push for a championship. And who knows? Tibbs might play him the minutes Tibbs run him, but Kevin Durant is gonna be looking for that team management, player management. My 3rd team would be the Bulls. We could trade Nikolai Vukic, Patrick Williams, some future draft picks. They receive Karl Anthony Towns. Then we might scoot over to the Raptors, Scotty Barnes, Jacob Podol. You know what I'm saying? The Raptors might be looking to shake things up, and Towns could be a centerpiece for their offense. Though Quickly and RJ around them, who knows? You know what I'm saying? The Knicks will get a young star in Barnes in return, and a defensive anchor and Podol. And Barnes play defense, and this is what Tibbs want. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least will be Golden State Warriors. And I know a lot of y'all, y'all watch me regularly. Y'all know my disdain for Draymond Green, but we would get Draymond Green in that trade, Moses Moody, some future draft picks. The Warriors could use a skilled big man to complement Steph because Steph is getting old. And while the Knicks would get a defensive leader in Green and a promising young player in Moody, I think that could fit for the Knicks if they go out and want to trade Karl Anthony Towns because he's going to be the scapegoat. We're going ahead, but let me get to some of these comments. Let me go over here. I'm sorry, I stuck on firing Tibbs. Plays don't matter if the coach don't know. Exactly, man. Listen to play exactly. I want to. It's going to be. It's going to be. It's going to be. It's going to be. I don't say this off season is going to be interesting because the management is limited in what they can do. Karl Anthony Towns, his trade value is like, I ain't gonna say all the way up here, but it's somewhere where we could get something back. And if they trade him, a lot of people would say that it was a failure. They should have never moved Randall, but there's a lot of things the Knicks gonna have to fix. And a hot summer. You're right, man. It's gonna be a hot summer. And you know what's gonna make this summer even crazier, man? Is that I forgot in my last show and I talked about a draft pick. The Knicks don't have a draft pick. I forgot all about the tampering. The Knicks don't have a pick. So Rose gonna go. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, Rose got to go out there and work his magic. Maybe can't. Do we got enough money to even buy a pick? Because right now this is the end of the Knicks season, yo. Cat staying. I know he's staying, but I just put that them trades if they was to make the trade. But when everything come down to Tibbs. The offense got to change. He got to get more players involved. Next year, I would like to see my man Tyler, the creator, get some light, get some burn. I'm forgetting the other young guy we drafted. He was hurt. What's his name? It slipped my mind right now. But the minutes he got, and at the end of the season was promising. Hooker Porty, I like what he can do. Dottie, I think he can be a shooter if he get the chance to be on the floor more. Second round, what about the 3 draft picks from last year? That's what I'm talking about right now. Hooker Porty, Kolek, and I'm forgetting the other kid name, but these guys, and he's the other guy was known as a defensive specialist. They have the 50th pick. I thought they did too. I was looking on it. I went to that mock draft, but if you go to the mock draft is going to tell you that the Knicks forfeited their picks because of the Jalen Brunson tampering. Because I was going off the assumption that we had the 50th pick too, unless I'm wrong. But after I read the mock drafts, I looked over it and I was looking for. I read some things and it said that we lost that pick. So I don't think the Knicks have a pick. Maybe we get one of them underlooked, undrafted free agents. But either way, even if we can, what's it? Decide to defend the two listening party. But even if we was to have a draft pick, Tibbs gonna be trying to work on our draft picks from last year. Hopefully, now we had the 2 second rounds. I'm hoping you're right, man. We had a lot of second rounds, man. We had picks coming out of our ass before that damn what's it called trade listening party. We have one left. I'm hoping so, bro, because I said the same thing in my 2 videos ago, and somebody hit me in the comments and they was like, nah, we lost them picks. And I went and I looked it up, and you know what I'm saying? It said that, I know we lost some picks in tampering, and then I don't know, man. Picks is sometimes a hit and miss thing, man. But right now, even if we got picks, what kind of coach? I mean, y'all see how this guy plays. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go to the minutes that he gave these guys, and then I'm gonna go to the minutes of Indiana Pacers. Now, Shamet played 15 minutes, had 12 points. He went 4 for 7 from downtown. 4 from 7 from downtown. Look at he made more threes than anybody, but he only played 15 minutes. Wright, I thought Wright did a hell of a job defensively on Halliburton. And the player that he did not play, I wanted to see only 1 minute. Oh boy, G, we never went in with Brunson at point. No floor vision, can't break down defense with a dish in his handle. You right. See, I don't want to get on Brunson too bad because Brunson is something we've been looking for, but you're right. He's a superstar we've been looking for, but he's not the point guard we've been looking for. And I think he's better off ball. And I know Tibbs tried that by having Josh Hart bring the ball up. This is why I thought, Josh, I don't know, man. Because he didn't develop any of our younger guys, I really thought that Kolek, I thought earlier in the season that Kolek would have been playing in the playoffs. With the vision that Kolek have, he can hit the 3 when open. No, I know when you see him come in, he missed shots, but come on, he come in with 3 minutes left in the game, knowing that if he making mistakes, that Tibbs is yanking him. He just didn't develop our young talent. And he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not. And y'all getting on Brunson. So I wasn't going to leave Brunson out. I'm being honest. I was not going to leave Brunson out. Our superstar, our Captain Clutch. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. When we get in them crucial moments, he got to be a point guard first. If he was a point guard first and still, we would be out of we would be in the NBA finals right now. I know a lot. I've been talking about Tibbs, but some of it fall on Brunson. And I'm thinking, honestly, the lights has went to his head, man. He Luka now. He Kobe now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he a diva, but let's, you know what I'm saying, because he doing it in such a slick way. He's smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? He's not flashy, but I love our rookies too, bro. I love our rookies too. Kolek is slow on defense like Fournier. Mm, yeah, I kind of blame that on him just being nervous, but I think what he bring, like his vision, Colette, I call him Tyler the Creator, his vision and his scoring, because he's a sneaky scorer. He kind of remind me of Jason Kidd when he goes to the basket. He's a very sneaky scorer. Who thinks he's Brunson? He let's be real, we all thought he was our savior. You know what I'm saying? But we thought we had a player that was willing to give the ball up. We got another Iverson. Um, y'all already said it in the comments. He's a defensive liability. That is Brunson. But Tibbs is a great defensive specialist. He's supposed to be able to mask that. He's supposed to be able to mask that. I guess that's why he played the scheme that he played, to mask the defensive scheme of the defensive liability of Jalen Brunson. Yo, let me say something. You're right. So was Pitcher, but I wanted Pitcher. I know Boston wasn't going to give him up, but when he was becoming a free agent or a trade, I had wanted the Knicks to trade for Pritchard. Um, I think he'd have been good on this Knicks team. He's not better than AI. I know he's not better than AI, but when I say AI, as good as AI wasn't taking nobody to a championship. I know he got to the finals, but he was too small and he just couldn't get it done. I love AI, but he wasn't. I compare him as saying he needed some more pieces. Oh, that's Kolek. Pritchard is a great defender. Trent Tyndall, welcome to the chat. I ain't give you a shout out. I'm giving you a shout out right now. Man, listen, I don't know what we're gonna do next year, but I know Tibbs coming back. Exactly. So, what is Brunson? What is Brunson? What is Brunson? Is he our savior? I think Brunson is, because before he was our Batman. Whoever we have on the team is gonna be our Batman. We need somebody else. We need somebody else. We thought Cat was gonna be that guy. Cat, let's be real. I'm gonna back up on Cat. Cat's soft. And we all knew this coming into Cat soft. K Mac is next up. That's interesting. Tibbs is fired. Dolan will do it. I don't know, man, because Dolan kind of, for once, Dolan stepped back and let the basketball people do basketball things for the organization. And let's be real, 4 trips to the playoffs in the last 5 years. So I know Dolan liking, because the Knicks be sold out. So I know Dolan liking that money. So I know he probably gonna let Leon Rose do his thing. But the question is Leon Rose gonna have that talk with Tom Thibodeau? Like, yo, I'm bringing in guys that can help this team. You got to play these guys. You got to play these guys, because it ain't working. It ain't working. It is not working what you're doing, Tom. I mean, as I said in my last video, the Knicks are going to make the playoffs. Even next year, we're going to make the playoffs. But are we going to get over that hump? Dolan was pissed about game 1 and 2. Leon don't sign checks. You're right. Leon don't sign checks. You're right. Leon don't sign checks. His check gotta get signed. And y'all might be right. Marja Boot Camp. Oh, that's what I was trying to get out. My man McKellar is other pieces that I thought he should have been playing. McKellar. He had the size. He's a defensive guru coming out of college. He have all the accolades that I thought he should have been on the court, and he wasn't. This is what I'm talking about. Tibbs not knowing how to develop young talent. Everything is there, man. Like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the Pacers for 1 second, and not for the scoring, but I just want y'all to go back how Rick Carlisle utilized his roster against the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? 25 minutes from Top and 20 minutes from Shepard, 13 minutes from McConnell, Bryant, Matherin. Tibbs, coaches know what Tibbs is going to do. I put it like this. Tibbs is a dinosaur. Like, you know, when you go to law school and they bring up old cases and they teach the students like this is the predicate for this and blah, blah. That's who Tibbs is. When other coaches sit in a room with the X's and O's and they start looking at plays, they're like this and that, this and that. Tibbs is a coach where teams run their defense and this is how you break that down. Tibbs is the dinosaur. Exactly. They confident because they play. And if Kolek, and I know y'all said Kolek is slow, but if Kolek was playing, he would have more confidence. I watched a few college games, and man, come on, man, Kolek is not a slouch, and he sneak on his defense. I mean, he's not the greatest defensive player, but he plays defense, and he's a defensive specialist. Tom Thibodeau, that is, he's supposed to have developed that defense in him. It's going to be very interesting what we do this off season because I don't expect Tom Thibodeau to be fired because, like I said, he have a lot of support not only in the organization but throughout the fan base, and a lot of people. Kolek set an NBA record for a quarter, which includes 3 steals. That's a defensive pug. Pug lover. Welcome to the show and thank you. That's the potential I'm talking about. I know he's slow, but he's sneaky with it. That's the only way to describe Kolek. When I looked at Kolek, I seen, and I know a lot of them may say I'm looking way ahead of myself, but I seen John Stockton and Kolek. You won't be watching? Oh man. I don't even care if the Knicks regress next season. I want to see the rooks develop. And I don't think it will be a regression because I think these guys, the rookies, they want to get on the court. If Tibbs is still here, Tibbs is gonna still be here. Promise you, I'm boycotting this shit. I know you say that, but come on, man, you're a real Knicks fan, so you definitely gonna try to boycott them. You're gonna try, but I guarantee you're gonna watch and you're gonna do what I used to do. You're gonna get to halftime and you're gonna cut it off. That's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna watch it a quarter. You're gonna see how the game's being played because you know you want to cheer for the Knicks to win. You know what I'm saying? But then by halftime, if we getting our ass whipped, you probably cut it off and then probably find out if the Knicks lost or won or came back on ESPN. Yeah, I understand you because it's been many years like that. Many years, and that's the hard thing. I know that's why Tibbs have a lot of supporters because for a long time we watched the Knicks games while we was doing something else, talking to our wife, playing with our kids, and the Knicks was in the background for years. And Tibbs, I'm not even going to say Tibbs. I'm going to say Leon Rose made the Knicks interesting. Carlisle's a good coach, but he looked better than he is against. He looked like a genius. I've been saying that we ain't winning. Old boy, he looked like a genius. I was crying when we made the EFC. Bruh, when we made the EFC conference, man, I thought this was our year, Nose. I thought it was our year, man. I thought it was our year for real. I can't make historic comebacks useless. You're down 20 points at halftime. That's why I'm talking about this coach. We shouldn't be down 20 points at halftime damn near every game. Think about it. We was coming back against Detroit. Against Detroit, as good as Detroit have been and to turn a 14-game win season around, we was coming back against Detroit. Something got to be done with this coach, man. Leon Rose is Rose or Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure because that relationship is there that I think I'm being real. I think they're gonna try to move. They're gonna try to move Cat. They're gonna try to move Cat. They might be unsuccessful, but we're gonna hear about it late in the season or just before preseason that they try to move him. We're gonna hear some type of talk. We're going to hear it. But the real reason is the coach. Brunson shouldn't have been clutch player of the year. The Knicks should be. If that's what I'm saying, I don't know. This guy said he need Dolan number. That would be the wrong thing to do. What would be the wrong thing to do, listening party? Yeah, y'all, this is a mess. But you know what? And I know some of y'all, because I'm not throwing dirt, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate on nobody's show, but I know when y'all go on other shows, especially FK, Tibbs is still getting praises. I don't know. I don't really watch many of people's shows, but Tibbs is probably still getting praises. Stop bullshitting. You got Dolan's number. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. I got to put y'all on the show. Y'all could come in. Y'all could go with each other. The Knicks made a terrible trade. Let's go of Towns because of Tibbs. The chat lit. Hello, my guys. It is lit. Y'all got me laughing. I'm trying to catch up with y'all, bro. But I mean, I got what's it called, dude? You know, y'all know my show is basically a half hour. I got to get to work. Man, listen, man. But I'm gonna be here tomorrow because we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the draft and what the picks they got and how could Leon Rose manage something. Cause I hope I'm wrong. AP around. I hope I'm wrong about us not having a draft pick because I don't know. They've been talking about that Villanova kid, but I don't think he'd be around. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he'd be left in the second round. But is this guy? I forgot to write his name down. I'm gonna go down because I'm very interested in this dude. He's from Africa, the young guy, beast. You remind me of a young Thibodeau. The listening party, good. So you know, I'm ready to get up out of here. Y'all know what I say. I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.